last year. That's according to a recent report from the Department of Defense.
Leaders admit more needs to be done, starting at the local level. Our Sammy Solina reports from Schofield Barracks.
The Army is trying to fight the mental health stigma. They want soldiers to know that asking for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. He says he's found his calling.
I tell people all the time, like, I have the greatest job in the world. I get paid to take care of soldiers and their families.
Brian Minietta is an Army chaplain.
So what that means is I'm going to walk with the soldier through whatever challenges they're going through.
The pandemic has taken a toll on service members.
And so I think sometimes soldiers can feel alone and isolated.
And too often they don't ask for help.
You know, it's hard in the military because when we think about vulnerabilities, we think of weakness.
Brian says there's a push to educate soldiers on resources.
Every unit has a embedded military family life counselor who can provide counseling. They have behavioral health officers, and of course, they all have chaplains.
We've come a long ways, but we got a real far ways to go yet.
Rick Tabor works with several mental health and veteran nonprofits. In the Navy, he worked at a clinic on the Kaneohe Marine Base back in 1979.
Back in the day, folks could only get 10 sessions. If they needed more than 10 sessions for something or something was chronic, then we would have to discharge them.
He says the military has made big steps with mental health screenings and resources, but the trouble comes from when people don't ask for help.
For most people, if they actually can share what's happening for them, get through the pain, and just share honestly what's happening for them, just that alone is going to be helpful for them.
Hawaii's military suicide rate has not risen like the national counts, according to officials, but any death is a huge loss.
I lost my brother to suicide in 2003. And so it's a complex issue with multiple factors.
While Brian's brother wasn't a soldier, he's fighting in hopes that no one in the Army ever makes that decision.
To have somebody be vulnerable and to share their struggles, I mean, that's a sacred place. What an honor it is to be the one who gets to listen to that. And then to help them, I mean, there's no greater joy.
Sammy Solina, Hawai'i News Now.
If you or a loved one is struggling, military or not, you can call the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255.